Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about errors and their compensation in a wattmeter. Okay. Regarding this electrodynamic wattmeter, we have already seen the arrangement of electrodynamic wattmeter. In that, we have seen arrangement of current coil as well as pressure coil, and then again modified arrangement. Then we have also seen about wattmeter connections and scale. So in this we have seen about current coil connections as well as pressure coil connections, how they are connected in series or parallel with the load, and about the scale of wattmeter, that is uniform or non uniform. So now in this video we will see about errors and their compensation in wattmeter. Practically, some errors always exist in the instruments. These errors may be due to various factors such as pressure coil inductance or pressure coil capacitance and connection of different elements, mutual inductance effects, temperature variations, eddy currents, stray magnetic fields, and vibrations of moving system. The factors causing errors in electrodynamometer wattmeters we will see one by one along with the method to compensate these errors. So first we will see errors due to the pressure coil inductance. We know that for ideal wattmeters, the applied voltage and the current through the pressure coil are in phase with each other. However, if an inductance is present in the pressure coil, okay, we know that in wattmeter one current coil and another is pressure coil is there. So this is current coil and this one is pressure coil. Okay, so the applied voltage and the current through the pressure coil are in phase with the are in phase with each other for ideal wattmeters. However, if an inductance is present in this pressure coil, then current and voltage no longer remain in the same phase. Okay, same phase means there is no any phase angle. Okay, now here if we consider this, there are two quantities, voltage and current, then there is some angle between them, so that is phase angle. Okay, but so these two quantities are not in phase, but when voltage as well as current are both on same line, at that time there is no any phase angle, that is phase angle is 0. At that time we can say these two quantities are in same phase. Okay, the pressure coil current will lag the voltage by some angle. Okay, when this pressure coil has some inductance, Okay, when pressure coil has some inductance, here this is pressure coil and it is having some inductance. Okay, then the pressure coil current, okay, current flowing through this IP will lag voltage by some angle. Okay, due to this, the angle difference between the current through pressure coil and current through the current coil no longer remains equal to phi, resulting in lagging or leading loads. The wattmeter will read high for lagging power factor of the load. As the pressure coil inductance in this case decreases, the phase angle between pressure coil current and load current. For leading loads, the pressure coil inductance increases the phase angle between pressure coil current and load current, resulting in the wattmeter to read low. Okay, so how to compensate this error? To compensate the error caused due to pressure coil inductance, a capacitor is connected across a part of series resistor R as shown in the figure. This compensation technique can be applied to frequencies at which omega square c square r square is very less than 1, and it is very useful for the frequency range above 10 kilohertz, about 10 kilohertz. Okay, so this is about error due to pressure coil inductance and its compensation. Now next, error due to pressure coil capacitance. The pressure coil may have some capacitance due to inter-turn capacitance of series resistance. This capacitance results in some error in wattmeter measurement. The effect generated by the pressure coil capacitance are opposite to those generated by the pressure coil inductance. Hence, for leading power factor of the load, the wattmeter will read high. The reactance of the pressure coil The reactance of the pressure coil circuit determines the phase angle between applied voltage and pressure coil current. This phase angle varies in direct proportion with the frequency, as the inductive reactance is higher than the capacitive reactance. If the inductive and capacitive reactances are equal, then they both neutralize the effect of each other, resulting in zero error. Okay, next error is connection error. Two configurations of a wattmeter we have seen. Okay, here we can see, two configurations of wattmeter. The wattmeter reading includes the power loss in the coil, which is connected on the load side. If the power loss is neglected, then the two types of connections can be used according to different applications. So figure figure A, that is first configuration, is appropriate for small current connections, while the second figure B, that is second configuration, is suitable for applications where large current connections are made. However, if power loss is taken into account for accuracy constraints, the connection shown in figure B proves to be more appropriate, in which the loss occurring in pressure coil is given as V square upon Rp. For a constant voltage V, for a constant voltage V, this loss is also constant and can be subtracted from the wattmeter reading to obtain the true power. So this is the reason for connection B, this one is preferable when power loss is taken into account. Now we will see next error. So next is error due to the mutual inductance effects. The mutual inductance between pressure and current coils of the wattmeter results in some errors. These errors are directly proportional to the frequency. At power frequencies, these errors are very low, but they become prominent with an increase in frequency. These errors change the phase angle of wattmeters. When the pressure coil is connected on load side, the phase angle increases while it decreases when the current coil is connected on load side. The change in phase angle can be expressed mathematically as tan inverse omega m upon Rp, where m is the mutual inductance between the coils, omega is the angular frequency, and Rp is the resistance of pressure coil. However, these errors can be compensated by using specialized instruments designed with coils so arranged such that the mutual inductance between them is always zero. Here, zero mutual inductance, that is M equals to 0, so zero mutual inductance implies that dm by d theta is maximum. Hence, for any value of current, such instruments provide the maximum torque. An example of such an instrument is twisted torsion head wattmeter. Now next is errors due to temperature variations. Variations in room temperature have a great impact on the stiffness of springs and the resistance of the pressure coil. This causes the meter to read erroneously. However, since these effects are opposite in nature, so by using a resistance alloy with negligible resistance temperature coefficient as well as copper to construct the pressure coil circuit, these effects can be neutralized. Now, next error is error due to eddy currents. Eddy currents are induced by the alternating magnetic field of the current coil. These are induced in the thickness of conductors and solid metal parts. Due to these currents, a field is produced which causes the error by altering the magnitude and phase of current coil field. Due to eddy current errors, the wattmeter reads high for leading power factor and low for lagging power factors. These errors cannot be determined easily and they are very serious. Hence, it is necessary to eliminate them. Eddy current errors can be avoided by removing solid metal parts from the current coil. When large current is to be carried, stranded conductors stranded conductors can be used to reduce the eddy current. So here, what is the stranded conductor? Stranded conductor. Okay. So consider this is conductor and this is insulation. But in case of stranded conductor, there are number of conductors and there is insulation cover all that conductors. It is called as a stranded conductor. So these stranded conductors are used to reduce the eddy current produced in the coil. Now next error is error due to stray magnetic field. Owing to weak operating fields of electrodynamic wattmeter, they are very much affected by strong stray magnetic field which result into great errors. To avoid such errors, shielding is must. Okay, here shielding is must. Shielding must be provided to avoid the errors due to stray magnetic field. Okay, these shields are made up of laminated iron in case of portable laboratory instruments, whereas for switchboard instruments, steel cases are used as a shields. However, the permanent magnetism of the shield causes some DC and eddy current errors. Hence, precision type wattmeters do not incorporate shielding but use an aesthetic system for the purpose. And last error is error caused due to vibration of moving system. We know the torque equation, and from the torque equation we can see there is double frequency component in the torque equation, that is the torque on the moving system varies cyclically with twice that of the frequency of the voltage. If some part of the moving system, say pointer or spring, possesses a natural frequency in approximation with the torque pulsation frequency, it vibrates with a significant magnitude. Due to these vibrations, the readings becomes difficult to observe, as well as the mean position of the pointer gets displaced from the respective power reading and points to the average power reading. So to eliminate such errors, the instruments are designed such that The natural frequency of the moving system is very much away from twice the frequency of the system on which the instrument is supposed to work. So this is all about the errors and their compensation in the electrodynamic wattmeter. Thank you for watching this video.